Hello, Bucknutters. Welcome into the Morning Five here on March 28th, 2014. I am Dave Biddle. Let's start off talking about basketball recruiting. Temple transfer Anthony Lee was on Ohio State's campus yesterday for an official visit. The Buckeyes are hoping to land the 6'9" Lee, who averaged 13 points and 9 rebounds per game last year for Temple. He will have 1 year of eligibility remaining. Other schools in the mix include Iowa State, Indiana, Notre Dame, and Louisville. The Buckeyes could really use Anthony Lee. We've talked a lot about him, so hopefully Thad Matta can seal the deal there. If they lose out on Anthony Lee, they're in on 2 other big man transfers. One is 6'11" Trevor Thompson from Virginia Tech. He was just a freshman this past season at Va Tech, averaged 5 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 1 block per game. So he'd have 3 years of eligibility remaining. And the other big man they're going after is a JUCO transfer, 6'9" Jordan Goodman, who averaged 18 points and 7 rebounds per game. He would, of course, have 2 years of eligibility remaining as a JUCO transfer. So they want Anthony Lee, but if they miss out on him, they're going after Trevor Thompson and Jordan Goodman. We'll keep you updated on that. And while I'm talking basketball, congratulations go out to the Dayton Flyers for making the Elite Eight. They really dominated. Stanford won 82-72. Dayton makes the Elite Eight for the first time in 30 years. Congrats to the Dayton Flyers.
O-H-I-O.
There's a lot happening at Bucknuts right now with spring football coverage, recruiting, the daily boarding house. So if you're not a subscriber, make sure you try our 30-day free trial. Get on the site, upper right-hand portion of your screen, green box, 30-day free trial. You won't be disappointed if you give Bucknuts a try.
O-H-I-O.
We had a chance to catch the end of practice yesterday for Ohio State. We had a chance to interview defensive line coach Larry Johnson. He makes it clear he wants to run a deep rotation up front. This is a lot like what Jim Haycock did when he was running the D-line. Mike Vrabel was not a big fan of having a deep rotation on that D-line. He used kind of the NFL mentality. The best guys are going to play. But it seemed like Ohio State's players got a little worn down on the defensive front last year. But Larry Johnson wants to use 8-9 guys. A few of the guys he singled out, he's very high on Noah Spence, who of course began the season with a 2-game suspension. He was also suspended for the Orange Bowl. He's very high on Michael Bennett. One of the guys he did not mention is Jamal Marcus. I continue to think there's something going on with Jamal Marcus. We'll find out, but Jamal Marcus played so well in the Orange Bowl. For him to be relegated to third-team status really surprises me, so we're going to try and find out the real story on Jamal Marcus, but my intuition tells me there has to be something going on there that we're not being told about. But overall, Larry Johnson seems very happy with the defensive line. Michael Bennett thinks the D-line can be a dominant force. He talked up Adolphus Washington. Steve Hellwagon's going to have much more on the defensive line later today for premium subscribers, so look for Steve's story on the front page.
O-H-I-O.
Let's talk football recruiting, and who better to talk to about that than the Dean of Ohio State football recruiting, Bill Kurelic.
Right now, Ohio State has 3 verbal commitments, athlete Eric Glover-Williams, as well as Florida defensive backs Ben Edwards and Jamel Dean. At this time a year ago, Ohio State had 5 commitments: Marcellus Jones, Damon Webb, Kyle Trout, Paris Campbell, and Dylan Thompson. Then in mid-April, Ohio State added linebackers Kyle Berger and Sam Hubbard to the commitment list. And then in May, Dante Booker also committed to Ohio State. So at the end of June, or I should say at the end of May a year ago, heading into the summer, Ohio State had 8 verbal commitments. Well, they don't seem to be on that pace this year. There is no need to worry whatsoever. The Ohio State staff has done a great job of having prospects visit Ohio State for the spring practice sessions so far, both in terms of quality and quantity. And there's still a number of practice sessions left, including another visit weekend this weekend. And, of course, there's still the spring game to look forward to, with many outstanding prospects already telling me that they will be at the Ohio State spring game. So I look for this, as usual, to be another great Urban Meyer recruiting class. Urban is, of course, as good as it gets when it comes to recruiting. Mark Pantoni, Director of Player Personnel, the same. He's as good as it gets. As I've said many times, don't worry right now about what the class looks like. Worry about what it looks like on National Signing Day. I think Ohio State fans are going to be pleasantly surprised.
Thank you, Bill.
O-H-I-O.
After Ohio State's practice yesterday, we had a chance to interview wide receivers coach Zach Smith and Dontre Wilson. Yes, Dontre Wilson is a wide receiver now. He's taken over for Philly Brown. He'll still run the ball a little bit, but they've really tried to transition him from a running back to a wide receiver. And talking to Zach Smith, he said he couldn't be happier with Dontre Wilson right now. He says Dontre Wilson is the one player in the wide receiver room that is living up to expectations. So Dontre Wilson's having a phenomenal spring. He also told me he's going to be the primary kickoff returner, the primary punt returner, in addition to being the starting H. So they're really going to try and get the ball into Dontre Wilson's hands a lot. We're going to have more on the site about Dontre Wilson this weekend. I have a story right now on the site for subscribers about Zach Smith and the wide receiver group as a whole. You won't want to miss that. Zach Smith really delves in deep about Devin Smith and some of the other guys. So check out our story about Zach Smith and the wide receivers. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Bucknuts Morning 5. I hope everybody has a great day and a fantastic weekend.
Michigan stinks!